Did you know that Europe has seen a significant increase in the frequency of omega blocks, atmospheric patterns that trap hot air over the continent for weeks, leading to record-breaking temperatures? As we move through Friday, the 26th of June, 2026, we are seeing a classic manifestation of this phenomenon, where high-pressure systems are pushing Saharan air masses deep into northern and central Europe. This isn't just a typical summer warmth. We are analyzing a pattern where temperatures in cities like Madrid, Rome, and even London are pushing well above the 30 degrees Celsius mark. Understanding these atmospheric dynamics is crucial because the speed at which these heat domes form can leave the unprepared vulnerable to rapid health deterioration. Today, we will break down exactly where the heat is peaking and, more importantly, the precise medical and lifestyle adjustments you need to make to protect your health. Looking at the current data for June 26, 2026, Southern Europe is experiencing an intense heat wave. In Spain and Italy, we are seeing peaks exceeding 40 degrees Celsius, which significantly increases the risk of heat exhaustion. These regions are currently under red alerts in several provinces, meaning the heat is not just uncomfortable, but potentially lethal for the elderly and infants. Meanwhile, in Northern Europe and the UK, we are seeing a heat plume effect. While temperatures might be lower, ranging from 25 to 32 degrees, the humidity levels are higher, which prevents the body from cooling itself through sweat evaporation. This humid heat is often more dangerous than dry heat because it elevates the feels-like temperature, putting immense strain on the cardiovascular system as the heart works harder to pump blood to the skin for cooling. To stay healthy, we must understand the physiological process of heat stress. When your core body temperature rises above 37 degrees Celsius, your body triggers thermoregulation. However, if the ambient temperature exceeds your body's ability to dissipate heat, you risk hyperthermia. There is a critical distinction between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Heat exhaustion presents as heavy sweating, rapid pulse, and dizziness. But heat stroke is a medical emergency. This occurs when the body's temperature hits 40 degrees Celsius, often resulting in a lack of sweating and altered mental states. Statistics show that during June heat waves, hospital admissions for heat-related illnesses spike by nearly 20% in urban areas due to the urban heat island effect, where concrete and asphalt absorb heat during the day and radiate it back at night, preventing the body from recovering during sleep. Most people believe drinking water only when thirsty is enough, but by the time you feel thirst, you are already mildly dehydrated. For the current June climate, you should aim for a baseline of 2 to 3 liters of water daily, but this must be supplemented with electrolytes. When you sweat, you lose sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Replacing water alone can lead to hyponatremia, a dangerous dilution of sodium in the blood. I recommend incorporating electrolyte-rich fluids, such as coconut water or a pinch of sea salt and lemon in your water, to maintain osmotic balance. For those working outdoors or exercising, the rule of thumb is to consume 250 milliliters of fluid every 20 to 30 minutes. Avoid excessive caffeine and alcohol, as both act as diuretics, increasing urine output and accelerating fluid loss when your body most needs to retain it. Managing your indoor environment is a science of heat mitigation. The most effective strategy is passive cooling. Close your curtains and blinds during the peak hours of 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. to block solar radiation from entering through the glass. If you have cross ventilation, open windows only after the external temperature drops below the internal temperature, typically after 8 p.m. For those without air conditioning, the Egyptian method can be effective, dampening a sheet or towel and using it as a cover or hanging it in front of a fan to create an evaporative cooling effect. Additionally, avoid using ovens or high-heat appliances during the day, as these add significant thermal energy to your living space, making it harder for your body to cool down during the evening hours. What you eat during a European heatwave directly impacts your internal temperature. Focus on water-dense foods. Watermelon, cucumbers, celery, and strawberries are excellent choices because they provide hydration alongside essential vitamins. Avoid heavy, protein-rich meals in the afternoon. The process of digesting large amounts of protein, known as the thermic effect of food, actually raises your core body temperature. Instead, opt for light salads and chilled soups. Incorporating potassium-rich foods like bananas or spinach helps regulate fluid balance and prevents muscle cramping, which is common during periods of high heat and perspiration. Reducing salt intake is also advisable, as excessive sodium can lead to water retention and increased blood pressure, adding further stress to a heart already working overtime to cool the body. We must be vigilant about the most vulnerable members of society. The elderly often have a diminished thirst reflex and a reduced ability to sweat, making them highly susceptible to silent dehydration. It is vital to check on elderly neighbors and ensure they are drinking fluids regularly. Similarly, infants cannot regulate their temperature as effectively as adults. Ensure babies are dressed in breathable, light-colored cotton fabrics and avoid leaving them in cars, even for a few minutes, as the interior temperature of a vehicle can rise by 20 degrees in under half an hour. For those on medications like beta blockers or diuretics, the body's ability to respond to heat is chemically impaired. It is imperative to consult a GP to adjust dosages during peak summer months to avoid dangerous interactions with the heat. Sleep is when the body recovers and regulates its systems, but high nighttime temperatures can lead to insomnia and cognitive impairment. To improve sleep quality during this June heat, take a lukewarm, not ice-cold, shower before bed. An ice-cold shower causes the body to react by generating more internal heat to compensate for the sudden chill. A lukewarm shower lowers the skin temperature gradually, signaling to the brain that it is time to sleep. Use breathable linens, such as 100% cotton or bamboo, which allow for better airflow. If the room remains stifling, placing a bowl of ice or a frozen water bottle directly in front of a fan creates a localized cool breeze. Maintaining a bedroom temperature of around 18 to 22 degrees is ideal, but in the absence of AC, these small adjustments can significantly reduce the physiological stress of a hot night. To wrap up our analysis for June 26, 2026, remember that the European summer is becoming more volatile, and preparation is your best defense. Your checklist for the coming days: first, monitor the local weather alerts and avoid outdoor exertion between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. Second, prioritize electrolyte-enhanced hydration over plain water. Third, implement passive cooling in your home by blocking sunlight during the day. And finally, stay mindful of your body's signals. Dizziness and nausea are warnings you cannot ignore. By applying these evidence-based strategies, you can enjoy the European summer while safeguarding your long-term health. Stay hydrated, stay cool, and look out for one another. Thank you for watching this detailed analysis. Stay safe and healthy throughout the season.